that. Okay. Okay. Right. It's a great relief for a lot of people when I just pick it for you, because how would you possibly know? You've never done it before. How could you possibly know? That's why your driving instructor just shows up in a car, right? And you're like, I've never been in this car before. It doesn't matter. We're learning the rules of the road. Our objective here now is to create a business that you're going to start building your first database in, that you're going to start making your first sales in, that you're going to match your salary in. And once you've done that, now you've got options. Right? Now, once you've matched what it's taken you an entire career to get to, by doing this system, by following this system, you now realize, whoa, okay, I really do have options. Right? Do I want to continue to grow what I have? Do I want to just outsource all of this completely and now pursue a passion project that I want? I'm going to suggest to you, I mean, we can have our one-to-one at that time, but I'm going to suggest to you, keep it. Like, why would you give away something that's got that level of income potential, right? You could sell it as an option too, but certainly, you know, at a bare minimum, keep the money coming in and maybe outsource it or just double the size of it, for example, right? But that's when you can start thinking, you know what, I've got these other ideas, now I want to expand into this. Because the thing about it is, you know so much more, you'll have way more confidence, you won't feel naive, you won't feel silly. You know, a lot of people that would have their own expertise already get nervous on social media. Somebody was speaking to recently had this exact issue. She mentioned that she works with high net worth clients, and that she kind of freezes a little bit when she's in front of them because you're not really sure what to say. And that's the thing, because it's not that in some cases you doubt your knowledge on your topic, but you doubt how you're going to come across on some of these networks that you haven't used before and where you feel very uncomfortable in that situation. And just remember also, whether you want to be to the forefront, right, and be the picture, like me with the camera on now with the personal brand, or you can have the camera off and nobody ever needs to know it's you. You'll create a business brand and you'll hide behind that brand in case you didn't fully pick up on me saying that the first time, right? This works for both you, the brand, or a brand that you just create. Okay, so congratulations, you've chosen your niche, you've chosen your first car. We can now step off from our driving station and start learning the rules of the road and start to figure out how this works, right? And, you know, and start to, you know, cash in on it, right? So let me go through what's going to be happening from today on in, okay? And again, any questions that are coming in, I'll address as well at the end, or Sherwin answering them in the chat and her team. So first step, the membership side. This is where you're going to be getting access to all of the training, right, moving forward. It's rsmaccess.com, okay, rsmaccess.com. And what I'll do, give you a quick look at what that looks like, that you can see it here with me. rsmaccess.com. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Okay, you can see it there, rsmaccess.com. Okay, that's step one. And step two is, how do you get your login details? Some of you may have already gotten them. You can let me know in the chat if you've already gotten them, right? But if you haven't, you will be receiving them within the next 24 hours. Okay, you'll be receiving them within the next 24 hours. Now, the access you have is unlimited, as in we're not taking it from you forever. It's yours, right? There's no catch, there's nothing like that. And I've said that to you before, there's literally no risk with you here. You've got this forever, right? Including the updates, right? So you are going to be getting your login details in the next 24 hours, right? And they're going to be coming from an email address that I'll show you shortly. But while I'm here on rsmaccess.com, I just wanted to make you aware of this button on the top here, which is help. Okay, this is the shortcut to our help center. Right, so if you have any questions from us, that's the shortcut. And once you get your login details, there's a little video in here for you as well, by the way, which kind of explains, you know, how to log in and all that kind of stuff. But you know, once you log in, this is where you're going to be getting access to all of the training, right? A very super simple, easy to follow membership site. We keep it easy and easy to follow on purpose. And all of your trainings are going to be drip fed to you over the coming weeks ahead, okay? Normally over like a 5 to 6 week process. Now, some of you may choose to come to a workshop before then, but typically, you know, for the whole flow to happen, it's about 5 or 6 weeks, and it kind of depends on yourself. So how it works is you just literally click on a tab and it opens up like this, and you can see the rest of the videos. You've got just click on them and move from one to one, and after you've watched them, the little tick appears beside them, so you know where you left off next time. The recording of the welcome webinar, which you were watching right now, will then appear here under this tab. And then we have 4 more web classes, Module 1, Module 2, and Module 3, Module 4, and 5, which are going to be drip fed to you in the lead up to the workshop. Then we have these different tabs, like M1, M2, M3, M4, etc., where I'll just show you M1 now, because this is what I'm going to be going into a little bit later as part of your tasks after today. This is the tool that I mentioned is the game changer for you. It's called the Rethink Planner. Never mentioned this to you before, so it'll be the first time that you've come across it. But this allows you to measure success in all areas. So the Rethink, relationships, earnings, TAO, health, investments, network, knowledge, and fun also we talk about. But I just want you just to show you here that when you're in here, there's a full video guided tour, and you can literally start on this tomorrow. It shows you how to plan out what your next 15 years looks like, your next 10 years, your next 5 years, your next year, your next 6 months. What does your perfect day look like? I mean, this is the most perfect tool for somebody who's at a point where they're thinking of, you know, resetting, refocusing, repositioning, you know, getting that radar back to where you want it to be, getting clarity on where your life is going right now, having an absolute crystal clear vision on what that looks like. When you don't know what it looks like to begin with, it's very fuzzy, hazy, misty. These tools within the planner are going to show you step by step by step exactly how to plot out where you want to go firstly, you know, where it is that you want the lighthouse to shine the light towards. But then most importantly, and why you're doing this program is now you're going to have the tactical know-how how to get there. It's all good putting down all these financial targets that would require you to, you know, quadruple your income and your current salary, which isn't going to happen. But now, following these tactics, you're going to know exactly what to do in a step-by-step manner. So that's what's incredibly exciting about that. And by the way, in here are the little bonus for you. Rethink Planner, the digital version. There's a physical version which I do suggest that you pick up on Amazon or on our website, but I'm giving you a digital version so you can literally download this today and get started today planning out. Each of them is 3 months, like a quarter, so you can plan out your next quarter. So if you are someone that loves the physical, definitely grab yourself one right online. But just so you can get started straight away, you can download the digital version. It'll bring you to a Dropbox file here, and within there then you can download for whichever quarter is the next quarter for you, right? Which is going to be the same for all of you, obviously. But it's super convenient and super easy for you to kind of get going on that right away here today. Okay, so I know this is theoretically step 1, but I've gone over a few steps there, as you probably guessed. But let's just bring it all back here for you again. So step 1 is that membership site, rsmaccess.com. Okay. Step 2, now you know how to what it looks like when you log in. And this is the email I want you to be looking out for in the next 24 hours. Some of you have already said in the chat that you've received it, which is fantastic. It's from support@thethinkacademy.com. The subject line is Welcome to Paul Mahony's Rethink Social Media Program. Okay, and that is where you're going to find your username and password. Your username is your email address. Some of you are asking, I can see, can you change your email address than what you gave initially? Yes, but just not yet. Just please use the initial email address that you signed up with until you're in our system, until we can verify your purchase, etc., etc. So then it'll be all fine and good to go. Number 3, the Help Center. I've already given you a little indicator of how to find this. You click on the button at the top, or you go to support.thethinkacademy.com. Okay, support.thethinkacademy.com. Okay, let me show you what this looks like. When you go to support.thethinkacademy.com, it looks like this. Okay, we have an automated AI robot as well now to support you through the process. So this is really, really powerful. So you can type in any question in there to pretty much immediate 90% of the questions you'll have will be answered in there automatically, right? And then if not, you can use our FAQs, our frequently asked questions, right? You just pop them in with lots of different topics in there, literally built out to support all of the most common questions that come in. If you cannot get an answer in there, you can just click on the little orange circle on the bottom right-hand corner here, in which case what will happen is, right, question will pop up, you can type in here, etc. You will be able to submit a ticket if required to, right? So, for example, was our response useful? Yes or no? And then contact our support team if you require further help. And you just click on this little contact button right here. Not so little now when I zoom in, but right in the middle of the page. And as I say, we support 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and we continue to support you on your journey as long as you keep following through on your commitment, right, which is sticking with this until it works, which I know you will because you've already said it in the chat. Okay, so that is the support center. That is step 3. Okay, let's open up the slideshow here again. Now, step 4 is choosing your niche, which we have already done. That's the good news, right? You've already decided which of these you are going to go after to begin with, right? So, you know, literally it's like skyscrapers in a city where they're all doing different types of businesses, right? But they all have skyscrapers. You just got to pick one. None of them would be where they are if they'd, you know, hadn't got specific at some point or another. So that's exactly what we are going to be doing right now with that first one. Okay. Step 5 is the workshop. Okay. So in front of you, you have the dates, right? Our team are absolutely amazing. My coaches, literally, they're making from hundreds of thousands of dollars to millions of dollars per year. They're absolutely incredible. You're going to love them. They're like literally you'll want to take them home with you because they are so supportive. They are so amazing. They will sit with you. They'll talk with you. They hang out with you before the event, during the event, after the events. They are there to make it the most incredible experience for you. Okay, and of course you can bring a guest with you, like I promised. Okay, again, what you can do with your own personal requests around, you know, dates and all that kind of stuff is you can see the link on the bottom there. We're also going to be asking you in there, you know, who are you bringing, what are their details, etc. If you don't know yet, could you just please let us know as quickly as possible? Well, okay. So, you know, that's, again, like we're starting today, right? But it's just in the lead up to the workshop, you're going to be given access to all of the various trainings, like I showed you there in the membership sites, you know exactly where it all is. We'll be giving you updates. But here is something amazingly cool that you may or may not have heard about. Look at these graphics here. You might wonder, what has this got to do with you? Well, it's got everything to do with you, actually, because I have been training literally hundreds of thousands of people in terms of how to make money online over well over a decade now. And I've realized that there is a best way for each individual person to make money online that suits them best, right? And these graphics, all drawn up by AI, they're all bespoke, all unique, are supporting this quiz that we have set up for you, which is what type of online entrepreneur are you? How cool is this, right? And we have 8 different types. Now, there's 4 in this particular example here. We're associating people that you'd be aware of, like your Jeff Bezos and Tony Robbins of the world and Elon Musk. And each of them have a slightly different variation of what suits their characteristics best, what suits their profile best, what type of online entrepreneur are they really, and what's their most perfect online income. So I would love to invite you to do this quiz so you can start to already view what is the best match for you in different ways. I mean, everyone in this picture is a billionaire, right? But been done in slightly different variations. Now, there are 4 middle versions of this too. So look how cool this is, right? There's literally the expert, the influencer, the provider, the connector, the dealer, the collector, the partner, the architect. Let me know in the chat, do you think you're a chimp? Are you a bee? Are you a squirrel? Are you an owl? What do you think you might be? Because you'll find out once you've done the quiz. You're going to absolutely love this, because it not only is it fun, it actually, when you start to associate it with, nature, and particular mammals and animals and birds, etc., in nature, and insects, because we're all very familiar with how they operate, it actually is easier to kind of think, you know what, that's exactly how I operate. That's how I think. Because the peacock, right? A lot of people are very much attracted to what I do because they're the opposite of peacocks. They want to be hidden in the background. They want to be hidden away where nobody knows who they are or what they're doing. Like they're in the background as a partner, where they're like, yeah, I'm good, I'll help you make money, right? While others want to be the peacock, shining proudly, making the meow noises and getting it out there, right? Or others want to be the provider, the horse, right? They're the agency. They help others grow their business. They fast track their success. So you're going to have a lot of fun with that. And it just help guide you in terms of direction moving forward as to what's going to be your easiest method to make money. And I'll put all these links up for you again before we wrap up. Step 7 then is in that membership site where we were earlier, rsmaccess.com. I want you to just watch up to, and all the tabs up to and including M2, up to M2. And just literally, it's all going to be guided for you. And in those instructional web classes that you see there on the tabs on the left, M1 and M2, I literally show you step by step what to do, introduce you to our coaches, to go through their various trainings, etc. Okay, can we do the quiz pretty much immediately? Absolutely, it's going to be part of your next steps that will point out to you. This is something I mentioned a little bit earlier. The time is just flying by. The mindset, the Rethink planner, right? So I've gone in there and showed you where that is. This is something I would love for you to download as quickly as possible and order one. Please do yourselves a favor. I make no margin on this almost. They're like an amazing hardback copy to just allow you to start measuring success in your life, to have clarity on where you're going and the method of measuring it. As I've said, I've spent tens of thousands of hours developing this, and I know you're going to love it. Will it be uncomfortable? Maybe a little bit, but it should be exciting. It should be amazing to set these new targets for yourself, new focus for you, and then keep your momentum going, right? It's just a snapshot of what it's going to look like. You'll fill out one of these each day. It shouldn't take you any more than 5 to 7 minutes. If you're too busy to do it, it means someone else is managing your time right now. You need it more than anybody else, okay? And in the video trainings in there, I literally walk you through the process. I show you how I use habits, how I've jogged for nearly 3,000 days in a row at this stage, how I haven't eaten bread or cheese in almost 2,000 days, how I've gone from 28% body fat to 9%, 8% body fat, all through following, managing, and implementing this, using this planner here. So again, I know you didn't join for this, but again, we want to just massively exceed your expectations and help you in all areas in life. And like I say, money will certainly help rise all boats, but we want to make sure, if you're a happier, healthier person, the likelihood of you engaging with your online business and sticking with it and doing it just goes through the roof, and everything's connected, as you very well know. But I want to give you some free gifts, right? As a thank you, I want to give you a free digital copy of Rethink Social Media, a free digital copy of the planner so you can start using it today. I want to give you a free digital copy of Rethink Money, so if you've got kids or teens at home that you're nervous about their money ability or money making ability or business ability, boom, give them that, get them started on it. And I'm also giving you a Rethink Social Media wall chart, so you can print it out, stick it up on your wall so you can see the bigger picture of what it is that you are building out with your journey here, with your Rethink Social Media journey. So from time to time, when you're stuck in the minutia, you might forget what it's all about. You just look at your wall chart and go, oh yeah, I'm doing R, step 1, I'm doing E, step 2, I'm doing T, step 3, etc. And literally walking you through that process. Hey, you're more than welcome. You're more than welcome, everybody. Thank you very much. This is what you're going to see when you go in there. Okay, there's the link again. A Dropbox link, and you can download. Again, just pick the quarter that we're in right now, so that you can use that. And you have the booklets in there as well. For you, not booklets. Sorry, they're like entire books that I spent years writing.
But you'll get tons of value from them. You really will. Actually, you know what? Let me knock off my camera here for a second. I want to go through something here just before we go on to the next step. I'm really excited about something that we've launched relatively recently, basically as a response for people who are joining our Rethink Social Media program, and right from the outset they're really looking to join a community, like a special community. And we do have one called the Rethink Scholars Community. Now, good and bad news with this is, the good news is it exists. The bad news is we very slowly drip feed people in. So basically we set it up like a wish list, that if it is something you're keen on, you just let us know. And when spaces become available, then we will reach out to you. Okay, so just a little bit more about it. Without going into it in detail here, this is just enough to see if it's the kind of thing that you'd be interested in. Basically, it's a community of committed members within the Rethink Academy. By committed, I mean these people have invested in it. It's not like millions of communities online where they're free, so you end up having people in there complaining and just they have nothing better to do with their time. These are people who have committed their finances into being part of this group, so they know already that they're dealing with a different caliber of people, right, in terms of their interest in getting the value from the community and adding value to the community. So it's a very vibrant support group. And in there, we have, it's not just an actual training community as such, in terms of just people engaging with each other and with me and the coaches, but we also bring in world-class experts on the various topics of Rethink, of the 7 areas that we just talked about. But for example, I have the world-class, the world-leading expert on relationships. I've been through his program. His name is Rory Kilmartin. It's absolutely amazing. We have Peter Sage as our mindset expert. I know lots of you here are big fans of Peter. We have Sharon Lecter, the author of all the Rich Dad, Poor Dad books, the person who ran the Rich Dad, Poor Dad with Robert Kiyosaki for many years. She is our money person in there. We also sharing investing ideas. We go beyond, far beyond Rethink Social Media in here. So it's a community that takes in all elements of the successes that you're looking to achieve as an entrepreneur and more besides. They're just some examples. We also have John Assaraf, John DeMartini, some world leading experts in their interviews that I'm going to be doing with them and have done with them in there. It's an accountability community. It's where you can buddy up with people and keep yourself accountable to doing the tasks that you're signing up to do right now. And as a super added benefit here, for those of you that are parents or grandparents or uncles or aunts, I'm including the Financial Freedom Program, which is $365 by itself. This is actually included as part of the community, free of charge, so you can get your kids plugged into this also. We do live trainings as part of it, specifically around people who are interested in becoming affiliates of the Rethink products, and we also launch and announce new Rethink products that members can promote, and they get increased affiliate commissions as part of it. Again, I'm not going into all the details here. All I want to figure out is if this is something that will interest you, okay? Also, we have, this is the last two are the biggest benefits of all. There is a software that we use called Rethink Rocket Fuel, which is built on High Level, which is the world's leading online all-in-one business automation software. Now, it is usually, if you go directly to High Level, $497 a month, but we are able to price this ourselves to make it the cheapest available place to purchase this software in the world by 50%. So this is a claim that nobody else can make, because we actually include it as part of the community, that people get the world's leading business automation software. You don't have to pay for software, as I told you when you join this program. You don't have to. You can get individual softwares and free versions of them, and we'll be showing you that through the training. But this is the all-in-one solution, where you get all of the softwares you need in one solution, and you have it then for life, all in one super convenient and easy place. And one other really cool thing that we're looking to do here for you is that if you can use our software, if you do use our Rethink Rocket Fuel software as part of the community, it allows us to actually send emails on your behalf, right? Which is a pretty amazing benefit for you, because it means as you are growing your list, we can be mailing them for you also, promoting Rethink products and other products on your behalf, and any sales that are made means the commissions come back to you also. Now, how crazy is that? Nobody does this in the space, right? But again, we want it to be a win-win opportunity for everybody here. So this is all part of the Scholars community. It is amazingly exciting. People in there are absolutely loving it, and that is the amazing news. The bad news is, though, you can't just jump in and join immediately. There is a wait list. We have a huge demand for this. I mean, you can see why. The software is cheaper than anywhere else you can get it on the globe. There's the done-for-you mailing service. Financial is included. Literally tens of thousands of dollars for a minuscule amount, as you will see when you are on the wish list, and I'll explain this in more detail. But for those of you that have no interest, that's absolutely fine. That's why I don't want to go into this and do a pitch to you and tell you the price and so on, because that's just not how this is going to work for the community. You'll know if this is something you want. You'll know if this is something you're serious about. So you just go to that link, go to rsm.one/wishlist. Okay, and as we release our next 10 spaces, as soon as we have our next 10 spaces, we literally have, I think it's 130 people on the wish list at the moment, right? Doesn't mean everybody's going to join, but what we will be doing is, as a space becomes available for you, and because you're just fresh in the door and you're keen and you're eager, there may be an opportunity to start you up that line. But keep an eye closely. Once you've joined the wish list, we will then keep you posted on when the next opportunity to join is. Okay, so let me just finish up by going through the homework now of the steps of exactly what we're going to do.
Let's do a recap on your next steps. We are just in time. The membership site, you know the login details. Number 2, you are going to be getting you know where the membership site is. You're going to get your login details if you haven't already got it in the next 24 hours. Here is the link to the help center again. You've chosen your niche. You know what business you're going to move forward in. Number 5, you're going to let us know as soon as possible which workshop is the first one you're going to be coming to. You're going to do what type of online entrepreneur are you, right? To see what kind of profile you come out as. Number 7, you're going to start watching the training all the way up to M2, right, including the web class 1. And I did suggest in passing, please, if you are a listener or you want to start listening to something to support this on the side, Rethink Social Media, the audiobook, or Rethink Time Management, the audiobook, both on Audible, you'll get incredible value from. Just listen to it over and over again, then put it up to double speed once you've got familiar with the pace of my voice. Okay, you can get your free books and planners at the link I just gave you a moment ago. Okay, so that is a summary of everything, like bang on time. I'll just answer a couple of questions as well here that are in the chat. So how do I book my one-to-one? So once you've gone through the program, right, and you've gone through the workshop, right, at that point, right, you can book your one-to-one with our help center. What they will ask you is, okay, where are you at with the business, right? Tell us where you're at, because you're going to get the one-to-one with me. What I'm going to suggest to you is don't have it with me before you've gone through the program, because our conversation is going to be, well, have you watched this? Have you done that? Because you're not going to get the best benefit out of it. If you're saying, no, I'm just starting from scratch, I haven't done anything yet, I'm like, okay, well, this is going to be a waste of your time, because, you know, my value for you is when you have those things in place, and I can say, right, fix this, do that, do the other. Does that make sense? Give me an I in the chat if that makes sense. But there's no time limit on it, as in, like, if you don't use it till next year or the year after, I don't care. I'm making my commitment to you. I'm going to do that call with you. So there's no rush, right? Get your ducks in a row, right? Get your act together, right? And make the most out of it. I mean, I'd love to be speaking to you on that call almost as a peer, where you're like, no, match my salary, flying it, but now I want to know, how do I add a 0 to that? You know, how do I take this to the next level? But again, it's up to you. I know from speaking to some of you on the chat already, that you've got, you know, quite a variation in terms of where you are with experience. Okay, so again, if you've any last questions, pop them into the chat here. Either myself or Sherwina will get back to you on them. I want to say a huge thank you to my team for being in the chat managing this. I want to say a huge thank you to you for being on the program, right? I hope we are already over delivering for you, where you're already getting way more than you expected for the investment that you've made. I'm not exaggerating, and I really am not when I'm saying that if you paid £5,000 for this, you would be getting great value. You really would be, right? So that just gives you some context, because I've spent 10,000 on 3 courses that were, you know, not a patch on this. That's not that it's a negative against those courses, but I know what the bar is like, and I want to be so far above that, just so you guys are just feeling like pumped, ready to go. But most importantly, putting it into action, right? Keeping it going. You're not in a race against anybody else. You're not competing with anybody else. Just you being the best person that you can be with the this skill sets that you have, right? That you can be like, that's it. That's literally it. Be the best person that you can be with the skills that you're acquiring, because that's all anybody can do, right? Looking at anybody else is never a good idea. Focusing on you, committing to you, making it happen is going to make this an incredible journey.
And just, I want to go through just a couple of the questions that are coming in here. I see there's lots and lots of questions. So first things first, if you have somebody who was not at the event at the weekend and you think this would be a great fit for them, this is the quickest and easiest way for you to be able to make your investment back, right? I put the QR code back up there for you, right? If you present this to them, right, and they scan that QR code and they join, send us a message and let us know that they've joined, and we'll track it with Success Resources. And like I say, you just need 2 people and I will personally give you your investment back, right? So that's just a super easy way for you to be able to get your investment back because of the whole matchmaking idea, right? So all you need to do, like I say, is give them a link to that QR code, they scan the code, and if they purchase, just let us know, let Success Resources know. And I will personally wire you the money back, not even Success Resources. I will personally do it once 2 people do that, as a huge thank you, and just teaching you that how straightforward it is to be a matchmaker. Now, where exactly will the event be held in Singapore? That is a great question. The answer is we do not know yet. We are talking to 3 separate venues at the moment to clarify where exactly in Singapore that event will be on. But it will be in Singapore, and we will let you know as soon as possible. Okay, so we are looking at venues, like I say, so we have them narrowed down to 3, and we'll let you know as soon as possible. People are asking, how does the second person get access to the training? The second person, okay, who you can bring to the workshop in person, they can use your login details. The login details you've already received, or the login details that you'll get tomorrow latest, they're the ones that they use. So they connect with the help center with that, they log into the membership site with that. In that way, we are able to track who everybody is. Otherwise, we'll have a bunch of strangers in there. We won't know who they are. We won't be able to track questions, queries. We won't know who they are when they come to the workshop. So we do it that way. It is okay for them to log in via your details, okay, via your details. Now, obviously, if you do get somebody else to scan that QR code and they purchase this program, they will, of course, get their own individual login information also. Okay, Paul, what about the other boot camps that you mentioned? Okay, and lots of variations on that theme. And thank you again. I can see you're so excited in the chat. It's amazing. So the Artificial Intelligence Moneymaker Bootcamp, that is going to be on in a couple of months. We are going to send you a link. It is online. Okay, the AI Bootcamp and the Metaverse Moneymaker Bootcamp, both of those bonus bootcamps, they are both going to be online. And once we have the details of when we do them this year, you will be sent information. Okay, they will also be recorded. So you don't need to leave your home, no matter where you are in the world at the time. I know, for example, most of you are from Singapore. A couple of you are from the US and from Canada. And you've got questions in there too that I'll come to in a moment. But the AI Bootcamp and the Metaverse Bootcamp are both online. The details are yet to be confirmed. We will let you know as soon as we have them, and they will be recorded. If you are unable, like my American and Canadian friends, to make it to the Singapore event on those dates, you have 2 choices. Number 1, we run events in London each month. Number 2, we run events in a different country around the world each month. So you can let us know in the chat if you want to be kept informed. So for example, we are running events in South Africa. We are running event with Success Resources. We'll also be running some, I would say next year, we'll be back in Kuala Lumpur and in Singapore. We will hopefully have an event in the US this year, but it's not confirmed. We will hopefully have one in Dubai this year, but it's not confirmed. But as soon as we know, right, and if you want to be kept now, And the final thing I just want to remind you of, we will also allow you to come to the online 4-day version of Rethink Social Media, right? So after you've come to the in-person in Singapore, we will send you details of our online workshop. Okay, so if you cannot make it in person, which do everything you can to do, obviously, right? But if you cannot, we have the online version that you are all invited to. Okay, every one of you got that as a bonus, that you can come to the online Rethink Social Media 4-day version this year. They are ran on a monthly basis. So once you have worked your way through the program, come to the workshop, we will also be notifying you of you choosing a specific date in which you would like to come to the online version of the workshop too, right? So that you don't have to, like I said, once you've come in person, then we can give you access to that. It will be recorded also, and you can bring a guest to that too, right? So lots and lots of super amazing bonuses for you all. And again, cannot be more excited for you. You're literally getting 4 boot camps for the investment in one. And we know this is going to be absolutely amazing. You're going to absolutely love that in-person workshop. Like I said, our team are just incredible. And you may have seen the video that I played of us doing our session in Kuala Lumpur just in April, and the feedback was absolutely amazing. So thank you again so much. Any other questions that we haven't answered for you as of yet, just keep the chat open, or can you just stay in the chat, and our team are going to answer them for you privately, either in the webinar right now in the chat in the next few minutes, or we will send you a personal email back with your requests. Okay. Lots of you are excited about getting other people joining up. Yeah, look, that link is going to expire the middle of this week, so do that as quickly as possible. Anyone that you know that this would be a good fit for, and that they'd be keen on investing in themselves and doing that, just get them on board, have them join up with you also. Okay, thank you everybody. Again, we'll keep the chat open for another little while with any last questions, and we will talk to you very, very soon.